most of the land here is customarily owned. And when it is customarily owned, it's utilized for both agriculture and livestock rearing. And much of it is being controlled by men, though mainly for agricultural purposes, women also have access, but no control. This cuts across clans and families. In some family where there is joint decision making, women participate. In some other families, especially these other polygamous families, women, at least the limited decision making participation. I mean the limited decision making. But in some Christian families, where men understand, women participate in decision making. Sometimes a woman has been inherited, and when she has been inherited, the traditional, the real owner of the land, who has been the husband, has passed on, and she's now with the brother of the husband. And there she gets limited access because most of the time they dictate and say, this is my brother's property, and partially she might have not contributed to acquiring that property. And that limits her from taking active decisions. The perception initially was that women can only access land, but no having control. But now with those decision making, we think there's some changes already in some households, whereby now men and women can sit together, discuss and agree whether they can access maybe an animal or access land to sell, and then they discuss jointly, not like the past whereby a man could make decisions alone. Initially, we used to think women were already taken as active recipients of these services in the family, but not active participants in breadwinning and all that. Now with the joint decision making, the level of conflicts has reduced. I don't quarrel with my wife. We sit together. There's not much gender-based violence in the family. There's not much bickering around just because of misunderstanding of a certain decision. I sit together with my wife and children and agree on the key issues. So a lot has changed actually. We have families whereby some people have become champions. For example, when you go to Napenanya, we have one of the families whereby at least that gentleman is called Nabwal District. He doesn't actually take decisions alone. Of recent, they received some money from this PDM thing, and he was not working alone to do the business, but instead he brought the woman on board. They're now doing the business together. They learn, they're cultivating. They have agreed that, okay, this land, part of this is for our business, part of this is for consumption. So at least we have those ones. It is important to allow women to participate in joint decision making because it limits conflicts and misunderstanding in the families. And again, it promotes the access to property. And the other bit is that even these misunderstood issues like stereotyping, gender stereotyping, reduce when you talk about these gender boxes and all that. Like initially in Karamoja, we took women as a weaker sex, and therefore they had no voice and all that. When women participate in joint decision making, their welfare improves because they're able to produce food, they're able to feed their children, they're able to educate their children. And by so doing that, they can also progress in life and attain wealth.
My name is Naduk Lucy from Napenanya village, Medek Parish, Nabwal sub-county. Before, women could not give us the rights to own land, but now since the program of Yukaba came, we have learned about our land rights, joint decision making as a family. We have learned how to write a will for our children in future in case because death is always compulsory for everyone. We have learned how to write a will for our children so that they cannot remain in conflicts at home. My name is Longoli Paulina from Shikiti village, Medek Parish, Nabwal sub-county, Napak District. I have learned about joint decision making, about land rights. I've also learned the advantages of joint decision making because it has eliminated conflicts at home. It has brought peace and harmony at home, and it has reduced home violence. My name is Chale Margaret from Naloret village, Medek Parish, Nabwal sub-county, Napak District. What I appreciate Yukaba for making us to learn joint decision making and land rights. Before, I didn't know my land rights, but now I'm able to know my rights as a woman in my family. And it has given us joint decision making at home. We can make decisions together. I can also consent for something maybe when my husband sells his home. Thank you.